Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning DRC TV. I hope you are having a good day, and let me just wish you a good start to your week. Today is Monday, the 21st of April. Now, I want to give you an update based on the situation we had yesterday to do with all the information that is going on. Oh, in fact, just bear with me 1 second. Let me just go back here. I want to show you something here. Who is it shaking hands with here? This is Kabila. Since we are talking about him, I want to make sure that I see who it is that he's shaking his hands with. Let me just see. Yeah, he's shaking hands with. It looks like I've seen who's this one? That's Mugabe. Paul Kagame, his mentor. Look how he shakes his hands. He says, "Boy, we've done it." Can you see it? At the highest of our country, the top job in the Democratic Republic of Congo goes to the man who is a protege of Paul Kagame. Listen, I want to update you from yesterday. People expected Joseph Kabila in Goma, and there were, now I have to say, there were rumors that he was in Goma, but he wasn't. If you followed my video, I said I will only believe it when I see him in a place that is well known, in a public space in Goma. Then I can actually believe that it is actually him who is in Goma. Other than that, I will not. So it is now evident that he has not set his foot in Goma, at least officially. He's not in Goma, but I do know that he does to and fro in Goma without people actually knowing, because that's what he does. But he has not officially come through to Goma, because he obviously understands what is happening right now. He will be arrested if he does go in Goma, because, as I said, there is now legal actions that have been taken against him. He cannot set his foot. In fact, let's put it this way: he will set his foot. If he wants to go to Goma, he will. But the point is, he is considered as a rebel. His political party has been suspended, and all the activities to do with as they call them in French, PPRD and FCC, has been suspended, and all his party leaders are under the watchful eye of the authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, nobody knows where he is at the moment. You can understand the kind of life that he's living right now. A former president who's led the country for 18 years, now you are a fugitive, and you are in hiding, and you are in exile, and you're the rebel now. So he is the one who is causing all this problem in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So right now, his militants, his people are saying all kind of things in order to justify why he is not in Goma. But we do know that he is fearful of what will happen. Like I said, this man comes and goes. He does to and fro from Goma and Kigali. So he's between Goma, Kigali, Goma, Kigali, Goma, Kigali. So he has taken his residence in Rwanda. But I tell you, this man, he has lived in clandestine most of his life before he became president, all right? So he's a man who is used to this. He was a Kadogo, and now he goes back to where he started. So he was a rebel, and now he goes back to being a rebel again. This is pretty much sums up his life. You can understand what is going on in the DRC right now, because all these tensions, all these things that were happening all these times when people didn't know what was going on, but it was him. But right now, as I said, it is evident that they have sat together, they have made their plans, and they have come to the conclusion between him and Kagame and Moise Katumbi, and who else is in that lot. Let's just say those three. They've sat together. Oh, listen to that's the three. That's KKK. Okay, Kabila, Katumbi, Kagame. All right, okay. So that's the trio that have been causing problems in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So what we will see unfold in the days to come. Now, it's difficult really to predict right now because, as we said, that he is in hiding. He said he will come to Goma, he will come to the eastern part of the country, but yet he does not want to say where. Now that this situation is what it is, he knows that they are looking at there is a warrant for his arrest. And if he does get to a position where he can be arrested, he will be arrested. So he better come well prepared to put up a fight. And this is what he's going to do. So we will see how things unfold today. I'll keep you abreast of what is going on. I hope, and I pray that he will show up so he can be arrested because the country has to move forward. We cannot be in this kind of situation where we're dealing with a man who's destabilizing the country, who is causing so much problem. Just one man, that is Kabila. I'll say three people basically: Kabila, Kagame, and Katumbi. All these people getting together. They have even managed to hire priests to work for their cause. And this is sad situation for these priests who are working with the Senko, as we call them in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Too bad. This is really terrible. But just wanted to update you that this is the situation. So Kabila, he's not officially in Goma. He's somewhere in Rwanda. He's planning, strategizing, and now that his party is forbidden to do any activity, so they can't get together, they have to go, everything has to go into hiding, clandestine activity will take place, or it has been taking place anyway. And his premises and his goods are now to be seized. So we don't know what he's going to do. But let's see how things unfold. We want to see how things will develop from here onwards. But it doesn't look good for him. It does not look good for him. How can you be a president of a country for 18 years and now you want to destabilize everything? Like I said, the plan has always been this. So this is a situation. Unless he finishes his mission, I believe Kagame said to him, you ain't going nowhere until we fulfill what we were set out to do. That is what Kagame wanted, to take control of Goma and Bukavu, and they are pretty much eyeing that the mining in Rubaya. The mining in Rubaya. This is the mining that used to be or was under the control of this guy who has been arrested called Mwanga Chuchu. So this man who was Kagame's right-hand man, who is in prison in Ndolo in Kinshasa because of his treason to the DRC. All this meant that Kagame was losing his people. So this deal that is going to take place with the US has come, if you like, to set things apart, to kind of break every plan that they had, and Kagame has gone absolutely crazy. The man has lost it and he's gone berserk. He's saying, how can I recuperate? How can I make something out of this mess? And so he decided to get Kabila to move back to the country and see what they can, obviously, see if they can save this situation. But it's too late. It will not happen. So the plan was basically that Kabila would be in power so that they can basically go into partitioning that eastern part of the Congo. And this is the job that's what his name this guy, Rubera. Yeah, Rubera. That's the man. Bizimakara. And what is the other one? Nyarugabu. So there are many of them. Ruberwa, Nyarugabu, Bizimakara. In Kinshasa, I see them when they get together in different places. They have meetings. I've been around Rubera's place, and you see all these people gathering there. They're always gathering. They're always strategizing, talking and doing things. You have no idea what they're talking about, but these guys, somehow, they're always planning on how to take down this country so they can basically partition, so they can have that site. And this, now that the Congolese are there, we have been aware of this all the time, but there is nothing that anyone could do because people didn't have the power to do it. It had to take someone like Felix Tshisekedi to come into power, to stand up against Kagame, and to begin to fight so that the Congo can be liberated from Kagame's grip. If you remember what Laurent Désiré Kabila said, he said, unless we fight, unless we put up a fight, then we will become slaves to Kagame. Look at Felix Tshisekedi here. Here's the man who's been fighting for this country. Listen, I'm not someone to stand here and speak or a fan of Felix Tshisekedi or vouch for him. That's not my point. I'm here to make a point. I know, listen, there's going to come a time, and I will be putting out videos that I will be exposing and talking about the failures and the shortcomings of the leaders in Kinshasa and what they have to do so we can actually move forward. When I mentioned Felix Tshisekedi, I'm not vouching for him. I'm not a fan. I'm just basically saying facts that it is him who's putting up a fight against Kagame. Kabila couldn't do it because he was his protege. Kabila couldn't do it because he basically had to bend knees to Kagame because Kagame put him in power. So here's where we stand at the moment. So what is going to happen? I think I did put out a video to say that the M23, the AFC withdrawing from Walikale was under the instruction of Masad Boulos, who told them to move from there. And remember, this Masad said that the US has so many tools that it can actually use to put pressure on Kagame. And believe you me, they have. And Kagame knows it. Who can deny that? Kagame knows that because the US is the one that used Kagame to do all that he's done in the DRC. The French did the same thing. The UK did the same thing. And Canada. All these countries, they're the one that were behind Kagame. But believe you me, the time has come that they've taken Kagame and they're throwing, I can't even pronounce the word. They're putting him under the bus. So he cannot stand up and fight against his masters. And he knows that. So he's only risking his own life and regime if he wants to put up a fight. You know how these things work. So what I'm saying here is this, is that Kagame, knowing what the situation, he's got the writings on the wall and he knows what the situation is, and he cannot do any other thing other than basically give up on his mission. And that really messes him up, messes his plan. He's thinking about what's happening to Imatutsi, what's happening to our kingdom, what's happening to the space we're looking for, greenery that we're looking for in the Congo. Where is Goma going? Where's Bukavu going? So all of this is driving him mad. And so he's got to get Kabila to come back there. So it's going to become a national struggle or conflicts, because Kagame then will say, it's not me, it's not Kigali, it's not Rwanda, it's not Kagame, it's the Congolese that are fighting themselves, because now Kabila is going to come in as a Congolese, as a rebel. He says, I'm fighting for our own right, I'm fighting in my own country. So Kagame can wash his hands and say, you are blaming me for nothing, it's not me. The guy who owns the M23 is there. The one who owns the AFC is there. His name is Kabila. So what are you blaming me for? So this is basically what is happening. They're going to exchange hands now, so Kabila can be in the country, so the Americans can look and say, oh, wow, what's going on here? So is it Kabila? No, listen, when I say that, they know everything. The Americans know everything that's going on there. They know the politics. They know everything that started there, because you have to know it's Bill Clinton and Tony Blair who put this guy in place and helped him do everything that he's done ever since then. So here where we are right now, we have to know that Kagame doesn't know what to do, but I've given you a little scenario of what is going to happen. Kabila will end up in Goma anyway, because this fight is going to be a national fight, in quote. So it's going to be a national fight. Kagame can wash his hands and say, it's not me. These are the Congolese that are fighting there. It's Kabila. It's him fighting against the Congolese government. So this is basically how he's going to play this around. But as I said, even Kabila himself will be arrested. If he doesn't do things that the American will ask him to do, then he's got a problem. You know what happened to, but I'll tell you a little bit more, but it's going to be the case when Kabila was in power. If you know the history or the struggles in the DRC, there is a man called Jean-Pierre Bemba who was basically a stumbling block to Kabila. They took him away, they put him in The Hague. He spent 10 years of his life there so Kabila can roam around free and do what they wanted him to do. So I'm just saying that if he does not obey or go according to the script that the Americans are going to give him, he's going to run into trouble. But as of today, just know that Kabila is not in Goma officially. We're still looking for him. Wherever we find him, we will bind him and he will go to jail. And he will spend his time in jail for all the crimes he has committed. Over 10 million people have died. That's not something to ignore. This is where I wound it up. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, share these links with other people, and let's talk. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you have any information, give it to me. Let's talk, let's interact. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to the next video. So enjoy and have a wonderful Monday. Take care. Bye-bye now.